guys, it's Gina, and I wanted to share something with you that I realized today quite by accident, and maybe some of you guys have already done this. I don't know. I haven't seen it on any videos that I've watched, but I know that a lot of us use these roller date stamps, and sometimes we don't know the day, or sometimes we just, you know, like we'll have a date stamp that has, let me get a pen. We'll have a date stamp, we'll have a label sticker. So you have your label sticker like this, and then it says date, and then it puts those brackets in there, like this. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. So you have a label sticker that looks something like that. I'm not an artist, so don't make fun. And you just want to stamp this, but you don't want to stamp it, like if we were to stamp it just normally with the whole thing, we're not going to get it, actually that looks pretty good, but we're not going to get it across those lines the way we would want. So if we want to just stamp, and a lot of times what I'll do is I'll put a post-it note on this part of the stamp to try to just get the parts that I want. Oh, I need to be up here. So sometimes I'll put a post-it note on this side of the stamp just to get the parts of the stamps I wanted. But somehow this morning when I was doing my layouts, I figured something out. And I mean, you guys have probably thought about this, but I hadn't. So if I just, you know, I'm always trying to take my stamp pad and like just dab that little part and then put it down. Well, if I just wanted that 16 to show up, I'm gonna just put the ink on the whole thing. And then I'm gonna twist these two a couple times. And then I can put my 16 right where I want it without fear that I got the ink on that other two parts of that stamp. So if I want to do the same thing with February, now I just want to stamp the February. So I keep it down here. I put my stamp pad on the February, but then I move the two parts that I don't want. No ink on those parts now. And then I put the February where I want it, and I can do the same thing for the year. So I come back down, I want the 2013. So I put the ink on there, the 2013, but then I move these two parts to a date that doesn't have ink. You want to make sure that you have a day, you have the right surface. You know, you want to make sure there's actual stamps there. What's going on with my camera? Is it not focusing very well? But then I just have the 2013, and now I don't have to worry about getting ink from the other part of that stamp on my paper. And it's the same thing happens like when we use these roller date stamps that have these phrases on them. Sometimes we just want the phrase. We don't want, let me not use best day ever, because I have been complaining to my friend Shelly all week that if I saw another thing that said best day ever, I was just going to scream. So let me say, I just want this celebrating. I just want the word celebrating. And normally, you know, I could put a post-it here, I could wipe this off with my hand, anything like that, but if I just remember that I just need to move that, so I have the celebrating inked up, and I just move them, these here, to a different spot on the rollers, and I turn this over, and then I just have celebrating, just like that, without having to worry that I'm going to get ink from the other parts of the stamp anywhere near that word. And I don't know why I hadn't thought about it before, and I'm sure some of you, most of you probably have, but I hadn't. So I thought, well, heck, I'm going to share this with other people. Maybe they hadn't thought about it either. So now we can keep our fingers clean. We don't have to, you know, go up there and try to keep our stamp pad. Like, this is what I typically do. Or I'll put a post-it note there, or I'll typically, like, do this, and then I get this ink. Like, that's why I have ink all over my hands all the time. But now I don't have to worry about that. I just move these, and then when I want to clean it, I just push it back down. And I've been trying to avoid using paper towels and baby wipes, and I don't always succeed, but I've been trying. So I have this stamp cleaner now. So I just put some stamp cleaner on the pad, wipe my pad off, wipe my stamp off, dry my stamp, and then I'm ready to go without using a baby wipe, because baby wipes just get thrown in the trash. And I'm trying to be a little bit more responsible in making sure that my scrap room, you know, we do recycling, and I'm using towels instead of paper towels, you know, actual cloth towels, and not cutting down on the amount of baby wipes I use I'm trying. So that's where the stamp cleaner came in. And this one, they sell stamp cleaning pads that have the two pads in it, but this one doesn't fit. So I just have this side here where I wipe all my stamps off, and then I have this second part that I dry them. And honest to goodness, you don't have to go to Michael's to buy this stuff. You could go to Home Depot. Focus. You could go to Home Depot in the painting section, and these are like edger pads. That's all they are. So anyway, that's the tip for today about this stamping. like I said, you guys have probably already thought about this, but I certainly hadn't. And I thought, well, you know, as much scrapping as I do, as many videos as I watch, if I hadn't thought about it, maybe somebody out there hadn't thought about it either. So I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!